Turn it up, turn it up. Monday night, 5 o'clock, time to bring the heat. Yeah, we coming out swinging like a Lambo in December. Hot takes so loud you're gonna hear them all winter. 3 mics lit up like a bar on fire. For another round, cause the takes get higher. Charles got the Packers talking Green Bay by 50. Yeah, saying hold up, man, let's keep it real quick. And that guy yelling something crazy in the back. Got the whole damn chat like, what was that? Sports world burning, headlines flying. Twitter going wild and the haters still crying. Turn the volume up, let the whole world see. The boys coming live on the big screen TV. Pirate boys with the heat. Yeah, we lighting up the whole damn street. Monday night, 5 o'clock, let it ride. Hot takes fly like a fourth quarter drive. Pirate boys with the heat. No script, no filter, just raw and free. From the tailgate crowd to the victory seats. Everybody yell, the boys with the heat. Hey. Hey.
What's up? What's up? What's up? You're muted, sir. Just a little
Look at
bit.
that. Look at that. It just muted me. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back, Paul. If you're watching the show and you're missing Charles, we got a winter blizzard that dropped about 20 inches of snow in Wisconsin, depending on where you're at, like 3 feet
That's
other
intense.
places. Yeah, and I was told by a couple people in Texas, you guys were having 80-degree weather.
And then it dropped down to 40.
It dropped down to 40.
It's like 50-something
Yeah.
degrees outside.
That's
This morning, so last night or yesterday, it was like 75, 80 degrees in the middle of the day. And then by the time nighttime hit, it was down to like 30. And by the time I woke up this morning, it was like 40-something degrees outside. It's like the most bipolar crap that's happening right now. It's ridiculous. You're muted again.
oh, look at that. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of
Global warming is messed up right now.
Yeah, talking about messed up. So NCAA basketball, the March Madness brackets were dropped. I don't know if you follow basketball too much, but ESPN immediately after the brackets were dropped, ESPN put out an article like naming all of the brackets, the South, the West, the East, and all this stuff. Immediately, Duke got to choose, being the number 1 seed, what region obviously they played it. They're going to take North Carolina or wherever it was, I believe. It's like
when did they start doing that? Is this the first year?
Oh, they've always done that. Like the top 4 seeds, basically, it's first come, first serve where they get to play. I believe they have the option of choosing obviously what area, what region they want to be in. But anyway, they're pissed that their draw was, let's just say, it's a little bit tougher than the second, the third number 1 seeds. Michigan has a much easier draw. I'm a Michigan fan, but I'm not trying to like throw it out there and be like, oh yeah, it's awesome, we got this. Yeah, Duke did kind of get screwed as far as the draw goes. But when you are the best team in the country for 90% of the season, it doesn't matter what end of the bracket you're. You got to win all the games anyway. You're already peaked up there.
Yeah, you recruit some of the top players in the country almost every year. Your preseason top 5 almost every year, and you end up probably with between 1 to seeding in the bracket almost every year. You're between 1 and 5 almost every year.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
you guys are a powerhouse when it comes to basketball as Duke.
And I think now that Krzyzewski's gone, the glitter and glamour of being, Duke isn't exactly there. I mean, the expectations are still there, but as far as like
is there.
Yeah, you've got Boozer, and I believe they lost their like starting point guard, and then some other guy went down for him.
Caden is stepping up off the bench, so now you got both Boozer twins on the starting rotation.
And now
Caden is showing out though.
Well, right, yeah, they won those last 2 games.
Like Cameron came in as the number 1 recruit.
Oh, he's a stud
in this year, right? So he was already, his expectations were already up here. And now Caden coming off the bench now is in the starting rotation with his brother now gets to show him like, hey, I got skills too.
Right.
And
He needs to
been
be
showing
a ball
out.
handler. Yeah. The fact that they had Cam out there being their better, he's the best ball handler they had outside of their starting point guard. Can he do it? Yes, but the ball needs to be in his hands after he's motioning around trying to get the shot off, not having the ball in his hand the entire game. Because I'm telling you what, if he doesn't get a break, it doesn't matter how good you are. You get tired, dude, playing 7, 8 games in the tournament. It's not that easy.
Especially
People
when
think it
there's
is.
you're the top guy, you want to be able to know that the rest of your team can pull a little bit of weight. So if you do go on the bench to get a breather, there's not this big of a worry that whatever lead you do have is just going to disappear because you got 2-3 minutes on the bench.
All right. I guess the biggest thing is like the Dukes fans literally going out there and complaining about it was that you're throwing this out there that they got the number 1 overall seed and they didn't get the easiest route to the Final Four. I honestly don't care where my team is. I just want them to win. And matter of fact, not every team's even going to be close to home. I believe Michigan is playing out in Buffalo and they're a 1 seed. They got like 10 hours, 11 hours of travel. It's like, it doesn't matter where you're at. These games are going to be tough. There's a lot of games coming up that I looked at the bracket and I'm like, dude, seriously? Like this is a 12-5 matchup and I'm like, man, this one could go either way.
Yeah. And then Texas isn't playing, so I'm like, I'm not.
Well, no. Texas is in it.
Yeah, but they're in the play-in.
Yeah.
They still have to win the play-in to be completely all the way in.
They do have a favorable matchup if they do win the play-in game to make it to the next
BYU.
round. Yes, they play BYU, who's basically, I don't even know how they stumbled their way in. They got hot early in the season and they just stumbled their way in. I didn't like early in the year when Arizona State beat them and they were like bashing the Mormons. Like they were, let's just say they were derogatory terms being said in the games and they were saying some pretty nasty stuff. That's not sportsmanlike. And to be honest, ASU is a party school. I guess you could expect it from them, but it's still dirty at the end of the day. But I would like to see BYU play Texas. I think that's the best matchup. They were a top 10 team at one point.
Yeah, we're going to see. And then again, it's stressful to watch this Texas team.
You know what's been stressful for me? Watching the World Baseball Classic. And I love that Team USA is there, but I think you and I can both agree last night that umpiring was absolutely awful.
I'm going to say this. Team USA has a very good team. I'm not going to debate that. However, in my humble opinion, I feel like the Dominican team had a better the players were better. I feel like they had a better roster. Now, that's just my opinion. But it was a good game, though.
It was a good game, but it never should have ended the way that it did. A guy had literally showed like the graph and the hit points on where the ball was, and the guy missed 7 out of like 38 calls in the last like 40 some pitches. Yeah, it was terrible. And the guy was like that the whole World Baseball Classic too. So it was very strange. Why didn't they allow it?
Well, this is my thing. If I get that they're trying it now in the pros, they tried it in minor league and all that, and now they're trying it in MLB this year. I'm going to assume at least they did during the spring training games. But why not try the AI to challenge these strike zones in the World Baseball Classic? Is it because it's ran? I guess because it's ran by a different committee. Since it's not technically ran by MLB, and it's ran by a different international committee. I'm going to assume that's the reason why it hasn't.
Well, I'm assuming that it wasn't voted on or approved in time or something, or they all didn't bring it to the table. Who knows?
Because that could have avoided a lot of mishaps from last night's game.
I wasn't a big fan of the calls, but it was bad on both sides. But I mean, it was egregiously bad. Skeens missed on like 3 or 4 pitches in that 1 inning, which should have had 2 base runners on with 1 out. I believe first and third they should have had, I think, with 1 out and the opportunity to tie the game there with a fly ball. But I don't know. It is what it is.
So here's my question then. So seeing as that USA is in the finals, right?
Yeah.
They're going to face between Italy and Venezuela.
Play tonight, correct?
Yeah. Venezuela, Italy play tonight, and I like how Venezuela is playing. Like I like how they're hitting, but Italy is I don't know how they got here this far.
How they got here this far? Pitching and apparently a hitter by the name of the Pasquatch, the first baseman, plays for the Kansas City Royals. This dude is playing out of his head. I believe he's got like four home runs and I'm like smacking the shit out of the ball. Yeah. Pascatino, they call him the Pasquatch.
But Venezuela is there.
Oh yeah,
they're stacked.
Oh yeah, they are. I was looking at the roster the other day, and I'm like, that guy plays for him too. I'm like, my goodness, because
this is going to be a tough game for tonight. And then even after tonight, you got to realize they got to play. Like, let's just look at Venezuela's team. Let's just go down the batting order.
Oh yeah,
Acuna, Garcia, Erez, Suarez, Tovar, Torres, Abreu, Contreras, William Contreras, and Churio. Like,
it's stacked. It's right up in it's not just power too. Those are like top tier Major League Baseball contact hitters, and the guys don't strike out that much.
Like, so they can put bat to ball.
Yeah, you've gotta. Yeah, you cannot pitch around a guy and expect to win. What actually surprised me though, Paul, was what they did to Japan. They took the bat away in the last 3 innings.
Ohtani's way they struck out Ohtani in that last bat to shut it down. Like, to say that you were able to defeat the reigning WBC champion and basically one of the powerhouse countries when it comes to this sport.
Well, arguably
they produced one of the best players, pitchers, hitters. Like, they produce players. And this thing, they don't produce like players that hit home runs. They get contact outside of Ohtani. That's just the anomaly that just, I don't know how they created Ohtani. But it's like, to say that you were able to beat one of the powerhouse countries in baseball that dominates the sports on a regular basis, especially internationally, like, you got to feel good about yourself.
Remember the one thing that we said that we didn't want to happen? We want a Major League Baseball to allow these guys to pitch. They should have pushed the season back by about 3 days, and they could have done this by knowing that the World Baseball Classic was coming and just, and prioritize that over Major League Baseball. But they didn't, because now you're not going to you won't get to see Skeens. Obviously, he pitched last night.
Oh, he's not doing the opening game probably because he's got rest.
No. Yeah, he's got to rest. And now Scooble literally said, you're probably not going to see me, because I have to open, I think he's got like 9 days left or whatever he opens. But it's like, we said this, you said it, you're like, they're not going to let these guys pitch. Well, they let them pitch, but it's like baseball.
The timing of the schedule, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because now you don't have your best pitchers going in the championship game. You're going to be going there with now Miller, they were talking about Miller now not pitching for the U.S., so they're literally down to bullpen guys for the championship. And I'm not making excuses for USA. I'm just saying what we want to see is the best versus the best. And the other teams, I'm just saying, they've done a better job managing it.
And this is the thing, like, you come into this World Baseball Classic hoping to win the World Baseball Classic championship. I don't care what team you're playing.
There was multiple players that said it meant more than winning a World Series, and it does.
Because again, you're repping your country, right?
Yeah.
In a sense of, this is the Olympics for baseball, in a sense.
Correct. It is, right? Yeah.
And because 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get MLB players that are going to be able to play in the Olympics. It's just because of how it works, which
timing,
I still think they should let it happen, because every other sport in the world finds a way to make it happen. But baseball, Major League Baseball, for some reason, it wants to be different. You'll let them play the World Baseball Classic every 2-3 years, but you won't let them play in the Olympics every 4 years, which, again, Charles says this every single time. If I'm going to play internationally, I want to send out the best of the best to represent my country.
So who's going out tonight is Kiter Montero. He plays for the Tigers. He's a pitcher for Venezuela. He's a fantastic pitcher. Like, he's a guy that's going to go out there and try to get ahead in the count 99% of the time. He's going to throw a first ball strike. And I'm just saying right off the bat, if you're Italy, you better be swinging off the first pitch, because if you don't, you're going to fall behind. Yeah. I'm just saying the guy might be at 50 pitches in the 6th inning just because of that. And they have a fantastic probably probably the most athletic defense in the World Baseball Classic as far as like skill players go, and Golden Gloves. I mean, Venezuela, like good luck getting a ball between the infield. You better hit it out or hit it deep or hit it in the gap. One of the biggest problems I saw during all of this with Japan was Japan relied on getting players on, whether it be taking walks and then living and dying by the long ball the entire World Baseball Classic. And granted that it was a 2-1 game with the U.S. versus, their last game. And it was 3 home runs between the two of them. And they did the same thing. They lived on the home run versus Canada. And the U.S. has just been hanging on by a string the entire time. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not impressed with the way that things have gone for them. They backdoored their way into the World Baseball Classic, into the Final Four, the Elite Eight, whatever you want to call it for the Classic. But it is not impressive what America's done it. And if they win it, yes, sure, they feel proud about it. But I don't think deep down they're going to be like, man, we played our best baseball. And at the end of the day, I really hope that when we do get the game, America plays whoever it is, that we actually get to see like a completely competitive game and the umpires don't make the calls that change the outcome of the game. Because I don't want to see the game called on a ball that was 6 inches low.
Oh, that's going to piss me off.
To end the game. I don't want to see that again. That would be like, it's the equivalent of like the World Series game 7 of the ALCS or NLCS. And all of a sudden you see the ball going up. And then it literally hit the glove like 6 inches low. Like it was low. And the guy's like, everybody's commenting, like, you called that all game. I don't care. It's still a ball.
And this is the thing. You can tell when catchers try to manipulate the position that, when it drops too low and they try to raise. And
they do that
part of the
all
game.
the time.
I get that.
Yes.
However, you could tell when you're coming from here, your initial, before the ball gets there.
You're scooping down and going up.
This is the box, right? You're here. Yep. And then it goes from here to back up here. Like, you can tell. Like, I get you behind the catcher, but you can see the movement. And you can be realistic about the call.
And a lot of catchers will do it.
Movement here. But if you see that the catcher is having the glove come out the box, you need to stop making these horrible calls, especially in the semifinals.
Yeah, he didn't even move. I don't even think he moved the glove on that one. He just kind of did this thing where he pulled the glove back a little bit so the ball would actually land like where it was supposed to be, and he scooped it up down. It was a bad call. I mean, it was a bad call. Do I think it actually altered the course of the game? Probably not. I mean, he probably was going to strike him out either way, but
nonetheless.
Yeah, terrible umpiring.
USA.
Here he comes.
USA. What's up, players?
Why do I look like Mike Evans had a fat baby?
You look fine.
Looks like you got new lighting.
It looks like you're sitting back, Paul. Come on.
I'm talking about the photo, not me.
You're just because you're sitting back, you're relaxed. See, when you sit back, you don't have a neck. That's why.
I don't have a neck now.
Yeah, well, the beard is covering it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, Charles, we were just talking about, obviously you came in at the same time. We talked about Duke complaining that they got the raw end of the bracket in the NCAA tournament.
Dude, I was like, holy fuck, who Duke pissed off?
Oh, they were pissed. Yeah.
Michigan's got a pretty tough road too.
Yeah, I don't think there's any easy one, but I mean, I think they're living off of Krzyzewski's coattails, thinking that they're going to get the easy high road every time into the playoffs, and that's just not going to happen. He's gone. You guys got to deal with that. Plus, when you guys go out and spend as much money on NIL that you do, you're going to get the expectations that you have. So,
yeah, I've yet to really look at the bracket.
You better hurry up. You got to get that thing filled out.
You got till the 18th? You got 2 days.
Yeah, well, technically you got till Thursday morning, but
God dang, I got all the time in the world.
You got all the time in the world.
All the time in the world has a countdown.
It does have a clock though, yeah.
Well, hold on now a second. You said what, like to the 18th?
Yeah, the 18th, I think. Let me see what it says.
The motherfucker's 16th right now.
That's almost over though.
Oh my God.
Here's the kicker. you can't just go into it thinking that I'm going to pick the teams whose names I like the most. And
hey, now I've seen people do this
and
win. I'm not saying you're going to do it.
I've seen people jump off a bridge.
I've seen people shit on the side of the road, but I'm not going to do it either.
I've seen people wipe their ass with a rock.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that either.
I'm not going to do that either. So, and I'm also not looking at, which team I think has the best colors. Right?
Wait.
So I can't just come in. Which, by the way, anybody who knows bracketology, I think the last two people who have picked a perfect bracket, one picked based on color.
Pretty sure the one of them was homeless that won it the one year,
and this mascot looks better than that mascot, and that's how that one person won it. So there's no science, there's no math. There are a handful of things for you to keep your eyes on. 12-5 matchups. What did Michigan State get? What did they
end up getting a 3 seed.
Bear with me a moment, yo.
Yo, you're good. You're good. I'm so late to the show right now, and I do apologize to everyone out there. Crazy snow, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, we brought that up too.
But we survived Elsa. She ate nothing but a little bits.
My dog doesn't like it though. I made a comment today that my dog doesn't want to climb Mount Elsa to take a shit. So I have snowdrifts in the backyard that are 4 feet deep. Yeah, that's fun.
Oh, bro. Yeah, no, my backyard's trash.
My dogs are not about climbing 3 feet of snow.
No,
it's not gonna happen.
No, they've started just pissing straight in the walkway.
Oh yeah, screw that.
Okie pokey. So let's see the full bracket here, team.
All right, I can bring it up. Hold on here.
Let's get this going. Because it's going to be great. I'm trying to get my TV up at the same time.
There you go.
There's the perfect little bracket there for us.
It's so purty.
So there's a few things that we should definitely touch on, and I'm not really sure where you guys were, so I don't want to step on toes.
Oh no.
We were just talking about.
We talked about the Dukies bitching about their
and then we were
side
on
of the
World
bracket.
Baseball Classic.
Yep. Talked about the umpiring in the World Baseball Classic.
Okay,
that's it.
That's it. All right, good. Didn't miss much. All right. Yep. So we've got these brackets coming up here. So that's the West. We'll start off in the South. I'm looking at CBS. I'm looking at a bracket from CBS right now.
Yeah. That's fine.
So the South, Florida is yet to be determined. Clemson, Iowa, Vanderbilt, mac and cheese.
Dude, hey, wait a minute.
Aren't these the people with that DJ?
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, who plays them? The team that played them literally were like looking. They're like McNeese. What the hell's that?
What region
was it? Vanderbilt?
Yeah, Vanderbilt. Yeah. We're starting in the South. In the South. Good.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've got Nebraska and Troy, UNC, VCU, Illinois, Penn, St. Mary's, Texas, Houston, Idaho. All right. Well, for one, I'd like to give a shout out to Duke for walking into the room and going, I've got the smallest dick, period.
Not the smallest dick.
Okay.
Like
for
my entire
context.
truck is lifted. I got 45-inch tires on a 75-inch lift kit.
Is this the equivalent of the Packers on 4th and 1 running with their testicles in the wheelbarrow? Is this what we're getting out of this one?
Hashtag DTD. Duke's tiny dicks. All right, here we go. Because I'm going to tell you right now.
I dare you to name your bracket that.
Oh, I will. Hashtag DTD. All right. Because, Florida does not have an easy bracket at all. Their bracket is filled with mostly Big Ten.
Yeah, you got Iowa, Nebraska, Illinois.
I mean,
you got three out of you got 3 Big Ten teams in that
and Houston,
bracket.
bro. Houston
is still a monster after they're coming for revenge from last year's championship game.
Dude,
and they have great defense. You sleep on great defense, and they're going to smack you up and down that court.
Well, there's a lot of teams that aren't used to
the
that.
Big 12, though, moving from the American Athletic Conference,
the AAC,
the Big 12 was probably the best thing for Houston.
I agree.
Well, they play bully ball. I mean, it is what it is. They actually are one of the teams that presses up and down the court, like to try to get a double-digit lead, and then they just play press man the rest of the game, man to man. And they're one of the only teams in the country that can pull it off.
And I mean, Florida's road is either Clemson or Iowa. I'm taking Iowa in that matchup.
I did too.
I've taken Iowa in that matchup. But again, if Clemson's defense ends up becoming superior like it does, I see Clemson. I wouldn't be upset if your bracket said Clemson was beating not only Iowa, but also Florida.
Iowa, I don't know about Florida. Clemson's like 2-7 versus top 25 teams.
I agree, but they're still 2-7.
They're 2-7 versus top 25, not top 10. That means like the bottom.
I'm just saying, bro, they've got 2 wins. So they know
2 out of 10. Well, but Iowa's got 3.
Bro.
Iowa's got 3 wins versus the top 25.
I know. I was just saying I wouldn't be shocked to see Clemson go on a run based off of their defense.
That's a bold pick, Cotton.
Hey,
it's
not that. It's an 8-9 matchup.
It is an 8. I don't like 8-9 matchups because you don't. It's kiss your sister. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not saying
again. We're assuming Florida gets by a 16 seed. We watched Virginia lose. We watched Purdue.
Florida Florida's not just a one-man wrecking crew. Well, Florida is the defending champions too, by the way, but it's not the same team. Right. They reloaded. And
could they possibly have the best guard in the country? Yeah.
Yes, and they probably have the best all-around center in the country in Condon. He's a forward center, like big guy.
We're basically going to see what Florida looks like in the Big Ten.
Well, we're going to see what Florida can do against the Big Ten. Yeah,
because we're all banking on Iowa to come off, although the bracket does tell us Clemson, regardless. And then the next matchup, we're looking at Vanderbilt, McNeese, Potato Tees, McNeese.
Yes.
All right. You want some facts on McNeese? Net rank 56th, 0-1 versus top 25. Obviously, you're the Southland Conference. You're not going to play a bunch of top 25 teams, but their defense is one of the top 20 defenses in the country, averaging 66.5 points per game. They play defense, but Vandy is a run and gun 3-point shooting team. Yeah. They're top 30 in the country in offense. They beat Florida, I believe, this year.
I'm calling McNeese.
McNeese is also on a 10-game win streak.
They're Kirk Cousins of the NCAA bracket. They're the Kirk Cousins.
So that's
the NCAA bracket.
So they'll pull one off. Eh?
No.
If they're going to beat anybody,
Kirky can't win a playoff game.
Here's the thing: hypothetically, if they were to get all right, Charles, hypothetically, if they were to get past Vanderbilt, and they end up playing Nebraska, if Nebraska somehow wins, they could beat Nebraska. So they could win. They could get to the Sweet 16 if they beat Vandy. I can almost that would not be that sleeper of a pick, to be honest with you.
I'm about to walk down Knob and kick you in the nuts.
You don't think McNeese could beat Vandy and Nebraska?
Clemson, you scoffed at my Clemson take, and now you're going to sit here and tell me that McNeese or
McNeese,
that one there,
McNeese.
They're gonna beat Vanderbilt and Nebraska.
Can I tell you why I don't have that much?
Why can't a Cinderella story pull it off?
Why can I tell you why?
Spent their ticket last year
outside of Duke and North Carolina. I don't have very much faith in the ACC. I don't think it was that good. And I'll put Virginia in there. Those top 3 teams probably could compete with the rest of them. That's just the way I see it. I don't see them being that great.
5 seed just smoked UConn.
UConn lost a couple games. UConn also lost to Marquette. And Marquette was like 12 and 22.
But this was more or less yesterday, right? Same thing about Michigan. The last 2 games, their shooting has been terrible.
Well,
how do you get terrible shooting stops?
How do you get up for a meaningless game though? I mean, it wouldn't have.
It
wouldn't have changed seeding, and then they almost got 2 guys hurt because of trying to win too. I mean, you got to save them guys for the tournament. I mean, we almost lost Yaxel because he was going for a loose ball. The guy fell on his ankle. I'd be okay if that happened in the tournament, but I can't for a meaningless game.
It did happen in a tournament. The Big Ten tournament is not meaningless. You watch your dirty.
It wasn't meaningless for Purdue because somehow they went from the 7th best team in the Big Ten to being a 2 seed in the NCAA tournament. Explain that to me.
Well, they were a 1 seed in the country for a long time.
No, to begin the season for the first 7 games, then they like dropped almost out of the top 25.
7 more games than I was number 1. I think that's how a liberal says it. Yeah. There's 7 more games since I was number 1.
But the coaches in the NCAA, they never had a signature win until like 20 some games into the season when they beat like Illinois.
I don't disagree with you coming from the guy that just said McAnees is going to beat fucking
McNeese.
Charles forgot what I said. I said if McNeese somehow found a way to beat Vandy, Nebraska's a very beatable team.
Man, for about 12 seconds, Nebraska looked like the team in the country too. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Nebraska was had a 5-game losing streak. I don't, man. They you know that Nebraska's never won an NCAA tournament game.
And when you drive through that state, the summertime, it smells like cow piss. Yes,
it does. The whole state smells like cow piss. Yeah,
the whole state. I-80.
There's just a lot of takes that are crazy. I'm thinking Florida's going to run away until they get to Houston. That's that Houston-Florida matchup if that comes down to it. But Houston's got to get past Illinois, who had the best offensive basketball team in the country up until about 5 days ago. Until they ran into Michigan, and then they ran into the Badgers. The Badgers took them to overtime and beat them. Illinois is the number 1 scoring offense in the country at one point, up until the last 5 games of the season, I think. They lost it to Miami, Ohio.
Yeah, but by your math, that's 7.5 seconds in the league. They were only good for 7.5 seconds this season, you son of a biscuit.
No, but how should a team that is the 7th best team in your conference be a 2 seed just because they won the conference tournament?
Bro,
that doesn't make to me. That don't matter.
The Big Ten championship. Purdue kind of walked in, but then you went and beat Michigan. They are a number 1 seed in the country. They're one of 4 teams in the country that everyone sat down and went, yeah, that
tracks.
Yeah, but problem is Michigan couldn't have had the number 1 overall seed even if they won, they'd be in the same bracket they're in right now because they would not have chose any other bracket.
I hear what you're saying about a meaningless game.
It is a meaningless game. If it doesn't improve your position, it's meaningless. A banner to hang, yes, but a national championship at the end of the day, I'd rather see it hanging.
I don't disagree with you.
And by the way, Michigan wasn't very upset when they lost, by the way, either. So I don't think they really gave 2 shits. Purdue, on the other hand, they cared.
I'll never say the Big Ten championship is terrible. I'll never say the Big Ten championship game, regardless of the sport, is a meaningless game. I can't personally. So. Well, I hear what you're saying.
We'll put it this way.
The year Michigan won it after the plane and all that other craziness, and they had to win like 6.
That was
7.
cool. That was cool, but they didn't win.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, but they did. They literally probably only got in because of that. For God's sakes, that was the John Beeline thing. That was the year that I think Michigan State won the conference, and
the only reason they got in was to win the Big Ten tournament. Purdue is a playing hot.
Oh, last
going
year,
into
Michigan won the
tournament.
Big Ten tournament. It meant more. But when you were the number one seed, you're going to be a number one seed, and you don't win it. I don't think it holds as much water as if you needed it. I'm not saying it's meaningless. I'm saying it was meaningless as far as like pivoting which direction they go in the tournament. They're one seed. They were going to be the third overall number
Ohio
seed
State.
anyway.
Ohio State won a national championship, right?
Yes, but Michigan won the conference. They just didn't win the conference tournament.
I'm just saying Ohio State won a national championship, but we shit on that championship because they didn't win the Big Ten.
Correct. Michigan did win the Big Ten.
We hold our football championship to a higher standard because we went undefeated and won the Big Ten. Eat shit, Ohio State.
I'm just saying Michigan did win the Big Ten this year.
So if we win,
the tournament's extracurricular.
But as basketball, if let's say we go and win the NCAA tournament,
I ain't got no pot to piss in this one.
Well,
we go and win
we're still trying to make it past the play-in.
Hey, okay. Well, Charles, bygones be bygones.
Pretty darn swell.
But we're talking about the men's right now.
We're talking about the men's right now. Correct.
Texas women.
I just
listen. I hear you.
Before the point gets muddled, I'm just saying. I just think Michigan would have had a more impressive season in my book. They've had a great effing season, right? They're the only Big Ten team ever to beat every single Big Ten team in the conference.
Well,
there's only themselves.
There's only been 2 years that could have happened. But yeah.
I'm just saying.
I could scratch a lottery ticket and win $20 tomorrow. It's never happened.
Was that a $2 lottery ticket? You won 100% of your ticket. That's awesome. Well done, sir.
Yeah.
A win is a win.
I don't care. As long as
my income tax job has a boomerang principle that says celebrate everything.
Yeah.
Don't take
I just care that there's a national championship banner hanging at the end of the year. I could care less what your record was.
But we didn't win the Big Ten championship.
What does that matter?
We lost to Purdue, who shouldn't even be a 2 seed. They're lucky to be a 7. What do you mean?
A 7? No, they were seventh best. They were the 7th best team in the Big Ten. The Big Ten was the best conference in all basketball the whole season. I mean, they got what? How many teams did they get in? 9?
And that's why they went from the 7th best team in the Big Ten to a 2 seed in the tournament, bro. The 7th best team in the Big Ten is still a top 10 team in the country.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you watch Michigan in the Big Ten tournament? They were sleepwalking through.
They shot terrible, yes, but
they were really shooting terrible. Dude, Jacksonville only took 15 shots in 2 fucking games. Like your best player took 15 shots, and that's by choice because he was just fucking going through the motions. I don't think they cared. They're trying to save themselves for the tournament. Like, I'm just saying, by the looks of it, it didn't look like they were like trying to give it 110%.
I didn't watch anything about college basketball for 24 hours because they lost the Big Ten championship. That's a big deal.
I wasn't upset about it. They weren't even upset about it.
Man, I'm glad they're not upset about it. They got more games to play.
Yes.
I'm sitting on the couch being a coach, screaming at the TV.
Yeah.
Actually, I was just waking up during this crazy snowstorm. All right. So anyways, we haven't even gotten to the Michigan one yet. That's my fault. But the point was made there, though. The Big Ten Conference was the best conference in the NCAA basketball this year. And when you go through a juggernaut and come out on top, for you not to be rewarded is ridiculous.
Can I tell you something else? It's ridiculous. We're not even at Michigan yet. There is no other Big Ten team in Michigan's side of the bracket.
Thank God, bro.
I'm surprised they didn't put Michigan State at the bottom of that bracket.
All righty. So now let's head over. Let's head over to the DTD section of this mother trucker here.
All right, we're going over to the east.
We're gonna go over to the east. Their first game is against Siena. Oh, real ball breaker, Duke. Loser. All right.
There's a 1% chance. You know that Siena had a 277th best schedule in basketball. The schedule. Yeah. Well, they won the MAAC. I mean, at least they won. At least they won their conference. And
Derek Carr had a child.
Yeah. Well, it's like Miami of Ohio. That one's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, but they lost.
What's that? They have a play-in.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they have a play-in. We'll get to them. We'll get to them. I want to make picks on that one.
All right, so we got Duke, Siena. We got Ohio State, TCU. I don't know.
That's a pick 'em for me because
Yeah,
I watched TCU play. DCU has been playing way better than they did. They took Michigan to the end of it early in the season, and then I think their best player got hurt, and they had a couple of good wins. They were 3-6 versus the top 25, but I think 3 out of those 4 games, 3 out of the last 4 games, there's top 25 teams they won. So,
did you see much of TCU down there in old Texas? PR?
Say that one more time.
Have you heard of much about TCU's basketball team being down in Texas as a passerby?
Not really.
All right. Yeah, I pick Ohio State then. That's how I'm gonna.
I don't see TCU as a basketball school unless it's on the women's side.
Yeah, I gotta give it up to their jerseys though. It looks pretty nice.
They have made it to a couple Final Fours in the last 20 years though, or Elite Eights.
Okay, so
Duke's a wash. TCU and Ohio State's like a 40,
Kansas,
52,
well,
48%.
I'm looking at St. John's in Northern Iowa.
That's not as easy of a game as you think it is. Northern Iowa freaking shoots.
Depends on what St. John's team shows up.
Well, Northern Iowa has the best defense in college basketball.
Maybe
on paper.
Yeah.
61.3 points per game. They play I'm saying they play very slow. Very slow.
Which means it's a 5-12 matchup. So that could be your first Cinderella. It wouldn't be a terrible pick.
I don't think that's going to be the one that's going to be. I think that's not going to be the one. St. John's is 9-1 over the last 10 games. Old booze boy with the McDonald's bags full of cash and the strippers. He's going to have them playing. They'll be fine. St. John's takes that one. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I don't want to say his name. Yeah. I don't like the guy. I don't need to say his name. You know who I'm talking about. He never got sued by Adidas.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
I don't want to talk about him. Keeps talking about
I never said his name though. I never said his name. No.
All right, so then you've got Kansas and California Baptist. I mean, they're 13 seeds, so that's
that's crazy to me that team made it in there.
Louisville, South Florida, Michigan State, North Dakota State.
That's my upset.
UCLA gets in as a 7 after beating Michigan State in the second round of the Big Ten tournament there.
Yeah, UCLA might have been like a 10, a double-digit seed if they wouldn't have beat Michigan State.
Yeah.
Good for them.
I think they probably went from 12 to 7.
Probably. I mean, that was a big win for them. It wasn't just
It did get them UCF though, so I don't know if that's as big
they got Bull or whatever Manute Bull's kid on that team. I think they do anyway.
Yeah, didn't he just score like 100 points over in China?
I don't know. I know that UCF I think they lead the country in block shots. Play defense.
All right. So you got UCLA, UCF, and then of course the number 2 seed, UConn. Good old Dan Hurley. Dude, if you're watching basketball from afar and you can't watch the volume,
it blows my mind. Dude, it blows my mind that there's so many of these double-digit, high, low, really, really high seeds that literally have strength of schedules in the middle 200s. I'm like, yeah, go to a small school and just run the table, and you can make it to the NCAA tournament.
Listen, shout out to those athletic directors because they've figured the system out.
Oh, of course they have. I mean, Miami of Ohio, everybody was bitching at them. It's like nobody wanted to play them. Well, it comes out that they were asking teams for money on top of playing them and didn't want to travel to some of these bigger venues because they didn't want to get blown out. This thing came out saying that nobody wanted to play them when in reality nobody wanted to pay to play them. No, and it didn't benefit any team by playing them when you're ranked 200. Even if they would have had 2 top 25 teams on their schedule, it only would have brought their strength of schedule to the low 200s. That's still terrible.
Got him in the tournament.
Yeah. Well, it got him to the play-in game. Akron made it to the tournament. They were an at-large bid.
Yeah, I agree. So out of the South and the East right now, I think it's pretty evenly matched in those brackets. So I think personally,
I think when it gets
Florida,
down,
I don't think either one of those two has an easy matchup right now.
When it gets to the Elite Eight down there, I think those are all pick'em games between Duke, North Carolina, or not Duke, North Carolina, Duke, UConn, Florida, and Houston. I think those are all going to be pick'ems.
PR, where are you sitting on that one?
I think I'm a little late with the men's basketball because life is lifing. However, I think we can't sleep on Houston. That's number one.
No, they're
Even
in there.
though I think they're in there. Florida still, again, you said reigning defending champs, so you kind of got to give them the benefit of the doubt that they can still repeat because again they got another number 1 seed, so you can't sleep on that. Michigan, I want to give y'all credit, right? But lately, the Big Ten, I guess, I don't know. When it comes to football, you guys are stand out. You guys dominate, especially the SEC. We belong to you guys. We're y'all's bitches in football. I'm not going to deny that.
Well,
I don't know. It's just clearly Duke is set on favorite. I think that's like the undeniable favorite for most.
That's. I don't think nobody's going to argue that one.
Right. However, most favorites usually get knocked down a peg around the Elite Eight. That's when the competition gets a little tough, depending on how the first two rounds shape up. Because listen, I just because you got a 14 seed next to your school name doesn't mean that it's just a complete. It's not an easy win, and it's been proven that for the last for the last 5-10 years that 12 seeds and 11 seeds can make it to the Elite Eight and sometimes even to the Final Four. Butler did it almost 2 years in a row.
Yeah, hashtag
like
Butler. Yeah, it ended up getting old boy a job in Boston, and now he's
the GM over there, VP over there.
He's doing real well over there.
So, granted, those mid-level conference teams usually don't get a high-level seed, but at the same time, I'm not saying McNeese is going to pull off an upset.
Oh, that's how you say it. All right.
But however, crazier shit has happened in the dance.
Right. Well, right now our 12-5 matchups are McNeese and Vanderbilt, St. John's in Northern Iowa. So if here we are, I got hair remover and a squirt gun pointed at your mustaches. You got to pick. Here we go. Who's the 12 seed that comes out on top?
I don't think neither one of those are the ones that I'm picking.
I agree, but you have to.
If I had to pick one,
half your mustache is gone, Patrick. Half your mustache is gone.
I'm probably going Northern Iowa over McNeese.
Okay, so Northern Iowa beating St. John's.
I can see that being the upset
over
pick
the
versus McNeese.
I'll take the other one.
So we're looking at Vanderbilt losing more than St. John's. That's how I had to look at it to pick.
Yeah,
personally, was who did I see losing more than who did I see winning?
I could see them slipping up more than I can see St. John's. St. John's has a veteran coach, veteran team. Right. I just don't. It's not going to happen. I
agree with both of you, though. I don't think that there is a winner in this 5-12 matchup. I think there's a loser,
right?
And be that either the 12s lose or a 5 came out and just played terrible basketball and lost. So
yeah,
I wouldn't necessarily be super excited if that's where you're falling back to for your 12-5 this year. All right, let's head down to the West. We've got Arizona versus it's probably Liberty again, right? LIU.
I don't know what that school is.
They're in the tournament all the time as a 16 seed. Like it's almost a guarantee. Man, it seems so familiar. Is this the team that ended up, not obviously not the same players, but is this the team that smoked Virginia as a 16 seed?
I don't know.
Who's that?
LIU?
Oh, they haven't been in the tournament for quite a while.
43 years? All right. I must be
like
thinking
that.
about somebody else.
All
right. So Arizona Liu, Villanova and Utah State.
That was the UMBC Retrievers that beat Virginia.
Oh yeah, see, it was another one of those three-letter.
Well, they're playing in a playing game. That would be the team that Michigan plays if they somehow pull it off. By the way,
yeah.
So
then you've got Wisconsin versus High Point. That's our 5-12 matchup.
There's no way Wisconsin loses.
Dude, you say that, but dude, the High Point. High Point is a high-scoring basketball team.
And
I'm saying
it's matchups. I agree with you, Patrick.
It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot closer than people think.
Before Wisconsin woke up that day and shot 173% from the 3-point.
All right, I'll give it to you because based off the statistics, right?
Yeah.
Points per game, 83 Wisconsin, High Point 90.
Yeah.
Right, and then the opposing points per game, 75 Wisconsin.
Yeah.
High Point only allows 70 points per game.
Yeah.
So it might not be a blowout, but it might be one of those games that
Wisconsin
we have to
lives and dies by the 3, right? And if they come out and shoot sub 34% from the 3-point line, and High Point is just running with the ball.
36%
High Point
from 3.
High Point averages 90.3 points per game, and they got 30 wins and 4 losses. This isn't a basketball team who just runs up the court and goes
out there and picks teams that can beat
them.
They
obviously can shoot the fucking basketball. Yeah.
Listen, this is the last 10 games for High Point. Winthrop 91-76, UNC Ash 75-71. Next game, Gardner Webb 81-59. Like there were some pretty close games, but then towards the end, they started blowing people out.
The 10-0, they're 10-0.
Yeah, they've won 10 games straight in the last going into this tournament, right?
Yeah,
the last 4 games, the last 5 games, 74-48, 112-87, 95-70, 86-77, 80-55.
They scored 112 points in their tournament. They were just they were shooting the shit out of basketball.
And they only lost 1 conference game their whole season.
Right. Yeah, they're not a joke.
Now, to start the season, Wisconsin was a Sweet 16-ish lock within Elite 8 hopeful status. And then they went through a bunch of humps and then went into Michigan, shot 40-something% from 3. And it's you're going to win more of those games than you lose when you're basically
in the country. High Point ranks 20th in the country to Wisconsin's 191st.
Yeah, their strength of schedule though is 319th out of like 332 teams. Yeah, they're almost as bad as Miami of Ohio with their schedule, but they can't. Hey, at least they won 30 games and they won their tournament. Got them in.
Got them in as a 12.
Yeah, they won their tournament.
And we're sitting here talking about some school named High Point.
Yeah, exactly.
The entire time I'm like, this school has some marketing.
This might be one of those games that you have to watch the whole time to see either how good is High Point or how bad Wisconsin is as a 5 seed.
Well, and I think for this matchup, again, for the 12 to come out on top,
they got to shoot the lights out.
Actually, to be honest with you, I think if High Point plays its basketball game and Wisconsin is cold from the 3-point line, this is an easy 12 win more than a 5 lose.
This could really be an upset.
I mean, Wisconsin. That's Wisconsin basketball.
Yeah, but this isn't the 12-5 that I pick.
Yeah.
There is one coming up
Well,
that I think
This could be a
gonna
game to watch though, just to see how it pans out.
Yeah,
there's only one left, but
that is the one. That is the one, baby.
all right. So we've got number 4, Arkansas. Yeah, yep, Arkansas.
Yeah, John Calipari. Yeah.
Yep. Number 4 seed, doing great things in Arkansas right away.
We got Acuff as the one of the best guards in the
where did he
country.
coach?
Yeah.
23 points a game.
Calipari was at Kentucky.
Wasn't he at Kentucky? No, that's
Yeah.
Yeah, he was at Kentucky. He's been in Arkansas, I think, the last 2, maybe 3 years now.
They basically
Looks
ran him out. They ran him out of town. And
I gotta look through the glass of my computer screen, but it kind of looks like Kentucky's a 7th seed.
4.
No, Kentucky's a 7.
Arkansas is a 4.
Yeah.
Oh, Kentucky's 7. Yeah.
Kentucky is not.
No,
Sorry, my brain wasn't switching.
That's right. So in 2 years, Kentucky thought the problem was, and they're like, get this guy out of here. And turns out
Kentucky's always had a problem because their one and dones always mess them up every year. That's always been a Kentucky thing.
Yeah, sucks to be Kentucky. All right. So we got Arkansas
4-6 in the last 10 games
versus Hawaii. Where are they playing this game, by the way?
Where's this?
This is
Arkansas
in
Hawaii
the West.
Hold on. The Arkansas Hawaii game? Are they Arkansas Hawaii? Where the hell is this at?
It's in the I don't know. It doesn't say.
Oh, this is in the West. I believe they're in California.
Okay, so that makes sense. I was like, man, I wonder if they did Hawaii dirty and put them in the middle of the country. That's like a game played yesterday. That'd be so terrible for Hawaii. So then you got BYU versus a TBD.
It's either going to be NC State or Texas.
I got hands up. I think Texas is like 5-6 point favorites in this game versus NC State. I think if they win this game, I think Texas has a very good chance to beat BYU. BYU just not the same team they were the first 15, 20 games of the season when they were like 15-1 and they beat the brakes off the Badgers.
Yeah, that's funny.
I mean, they lost to Arizona State party school, so yeah.
Well, they have Texas as the favorite going into that game anyway with NC State.
Oh, and I think if Texas wins, Texas was a team that a lot of people were like, Texas has really good wins, but they just didn't play consistent basketball over the last like 20 games, you know.
And BYU got a whole lot of injuries.
Texas is 4-5 versus the top 25, and they've got a couple really, really good wins. They'd be a dangerous team. They get in the playoffs or into the NCAA tournament in advance. Because the following round, they would end up playing Gonzaga. And I hate to say it, Gonzaga without their point guard is not the same basketball team they were.
Wait,
they're beatable.
You don't think Keenewa State?
What, you mean Mark Few? No, I don't think Kenesaw State has a chance.
Kenesaw State has a chance.
Not even a little bit.
I think it's one of those 99.9.
Dude, it is pretty cool to see a team in their first year of eligibility in Queens playing Purdue. That's cool for them kids. I really hope that they can like keep it close in the first half so that we can, you know, their fans get pumped up. But
Purdue has lost in the first round as a number 1 seed, as the number 1 seed in the country, if I remember correctly.
Yes, they have. That's why another reason why I said, why give them the 2?
I
give them the 2. They're gonna piss it away.
Well, this is the thing. We may not have seen a lot of 16s beat a 1 seed, but we've definitely seen a bunch of 15s beat a 2 seed.
and Purdue just won their championship. Right? Like
so,
that's
like, wouldn't we be surprised if
they're coming off their high.
They
played their best game of the season versus Michigan defensively, not offensively.
Right. But not only did they win that championship, they beat Michigan, a team that just a few moons ago, their coach was at the presser going, this team isn't going to lose 4 games. I know what a 4-team game lose looks like.
Well, they didn't lose 4 games.
Their fourth loss happened to be Purdue in the Big Ten championship.
No, Michigan didn't lose 4 games. They're 31-3.
Correct.
So he was right. They didn't win. They didn't lose 4 games. So they're not going to lose 4 games. They're going to run the table.
The 4th
They're
game,
not running the table.
they just lost. Are you huffing paint chips?
Me?
No, not you.
I'm like, not today.
Oh, regular season. Am I huffing paint chips?
What do you mean?
Please go.
Michigan only lost to Duke, Wisconsin, and Purdue. They're 31-3.
Suck it, mister.
Suck it, dog.
Yeah, all right. It's gonna be cool if Michigan gets to play UMBC, and we'll give you a revenge, Virginia, for losing as a 1 seed to the 16 seed if UMBC comes back and does it. So payback time's a bitch. All right, Charles. Who else we got on this side of the bracket that we didn't talk about?
The only one being Miami, Missouri.
Missouri for me.
Yeah.
Miami is a team that's just like, I think I said ACC teams don't impress me that much. I wish they would have had the ACC Big Ten Challenge this year. I see we didn't have it again this year because we've got too many teams in the Big Ten now. We can't have it. Is that what it is?
I'm thinking it's more the ACC just doesn't like.
Well, you mean they bitched out? Yeah.
That's what if I had to guess.
All right. Now let's head on to the Midwest bracket.
All right, the best bracket. Here it is.
This is kind of cool. You got Michigan as a 1 seed, possible UMBC who beat
and
Virginia.
We're playing in the Midwest, which is Indiana. We're basically going to be playing home games.
No, I think they're playing in Buffalo.
Buff the Hoe?
Yeah, it's in Buffalo.
Buff the Hoe.
That doesn't make any sense.
I think yes, it's in Buffalo. The Indianapolis is the Final Four.
But Midwest, wouldn't you be closer to like the Dakotas versus Buffalo?
When Chicago moves to Hampton, we'll be playing
the bracket. Those things don't mean anything because back in the day, the East was playing in Georgia. I remember the East would play in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. They had the East bracket, and that's way the fuck down south. So,
but that's still East Coast.
Well, Midwest, Buffalo is technically still mid.
Buffalo is in East Coast, bro.
Buffalo's
what the hell?
Buffalo, New York is East Coast.
How far away from Ann Arbor do you think Buffalo is?
When a bird flies, probably 12 feet.
No. How far away do you think
you are huffing paint?
I mean, it's at least.
You're saying Buffalo,
hours.
New York.
No, it's 4 hours and 43 minutes.
By plane?
No, by driving. It's not that far. You go through Detroit, you go up through London, Ontario.
Categorize it Midwest.
Oh, so you got to have a passport to get there 4 hours. Let's say I ain't got a passport, bro.
Well, well, that's your problem. That's not mine.
14 hours.
Don't have a felony if you're going to try to go watch Michigan play basketball. That's all I can say. Yeah.
I got a passport. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Well, listen, you take that passport, you fly out of Canada. It's cheaper than any American airport, too. That's not what we're talking about here. Oh, shout out the USA Paralympics team for smoking Canada in the gold.
I'm pretty sure haven't they won like the last like 6? 5?
Yeah.
5 in a row.
Yeah. Good for them.
So shout out y'all. Just doing great.
Canada. Suck it.
My favorite part
we own hockey
was when the baseball team came out in hockey jerseys and then still lost. And it was like, what the
World Baseball Class.
It's like you went out looking for a divorced couple, and forgive this, but divorced couple, and went, let me buy your silverware as a newlywed couple.
Right.
You've all have heard that omen of those types of omens. Yeah. Or is that just a white person thing?
Yeah, it's probably a white person thing. So, second tier of the bracket in the Midwest, we've got Georgia Bulldogs versus the St. Louis. Is that Billikens? We get to see the dude with the freaking what do they call him?
I think they're Dukes or Devils. I think
thought it was the Billikens. Hey, yeah, it's something like that. They call the one guy there. He was from Indiana State. He was like nerd bird or whatever. The dude with the glasses, the Garcia, whatever his name is there.
St. Louis University.
I don't even know who they are.
Billikens. Billikens.
Pelicans?
Billikens.
Billikens?
Yeah, what is a Billiken?
Is a Billiken?
Mythical good luck figure created in 1908 by Missouri art teacher Florence Prez. So it's a cartoon mixed up character. Dude, that is creepy.
From Missouri?
Yeah, you want to see this thing? Dude, check this out.
Yes.
All right.
Of course. Arc 5510.
Dude, look at the Billiken Doll's racist history. You gotta be shitting me.
Dungeons and Dragons.
It's from Dungeons and Dragons?
It looks like it.
At first, this doll struck me as a profoundly bizarre teddy bear with the head of a troll-like creature with a big smile and slanted eyes. As an Asian person myself, these features not only seem strange to me, also distinctly racist. Yeah, I don't think we need that on there. What was up with it? Why would you do that? Have you seen it? Now you see it now? Does it not look? Oh man, they don't have the slanted eyes on the mascot, but the actual one that the professor made looks oddly Chinese and oddly racist. Unbelievable. I know there's worse things out there.
No, I'm just saying. You look in the clouds. Sometimes somebody sees a banana. Other times somebody sees an entire dick. All right,
true.
So, Texas Tech, Akron. Texas Tech, Akron. 512.
I've got Akron pulling this baby off. This is the 12-5 that I think everybody should look at and go, damn. Yeah. Akron's what? Akron's on a big win streak right now. Texas Tech is kind of like, yeah, they played a tough schedule, but they've lost a lot of games that they should win. I think they're without Toppin, one of their best players. It's going to be tough for them. Akron is known to pull off an upset here and there, too.
Yeah.
So the KeyBank Center in Buffalo, New York is where the Midwest region is. New York, Greenville, South Carolina, Bon Secours Wellness Arena. That is where Duke is going to be playing. The Philadelphia PA Xfinity Mobile Arena. San Diego, California. St. Louis, Missouri. First four, Dayton, Ohio, as always. University of Minnesota.
So Duke wanted to play close to home and have an easy bracket?
Well, Greenville, South Carolina. I asked Paul, we thought about this.
DTD.
I was told that they got to choose the number one overall seed, kind of got to choose where they were going to play, but they didn't get to choose the bracket.
Hashtag DDT. So it turns out that Michigan Duke game really did matter.
It kind of screwed Duke over, to be honest with you. Yeah. I mean, Duke lost their starting point guard, and they lost another backup guy. Paul and I brought this up earlier in the game. The Boozer twins now. Yeah, it's cool. Good for them though, because I mean, one of them's a one and done. The other one is playing his way into possibly being a lottery pick if he has a crazy NCAA tournament.
He's able to have a pretty good tournament.
I could see him being not a lottery pick, but a second round, at least a
first round.
Yeah, it's
late
possible,
first round, early second round, or he stays and tries to improve his draft stock.
A lot of these players said that they at NBA salaries after you're the 20th, 21st pick in the NBA draft, like you're more like a G League player and you're not going to get that big $1 million contract. So a lot of them will come back for their sophomore, junior years and try to be a lottery pick because it's more guaranteed money. And they can make just as much money, if not more, playing in college basketball as an NIL deal than they can actually being a first-round pick, but being a late pick, which I get that. And that makes it – I understand players who choose to do that, come back for that.
I got to find
I think if you're coming back to college basketball for greed, you're already on a terrible path.
Well, I wouldn't say it's greed. I mean, if you're trying, they're coming back to fine tune their skills. They don't like where they're at progressively with their career, and they're coming back to play basketball. They're obviously coming back to try to win because that's what Yaxel did.
Well,
He came to Michigan. He turned down $7 million from Kentucky to go play at Michigan.
Let me explain something to you.
Well,
If last year's
That just came out, yeah.
If last year's Duke players didn't enter the draft, every single one that entered the draft last year, right?
Well, that team would be.
They would have came back.
Oh, they wouldn't have lost a basketball game this year.
This is the lineup, right? This is who they would have had.
Yeah.
Jared McCann, Con Knuppel,
Yeah.
Cooper Flagg, Cameron Bruiser, that's already there. Derek Lively the second.
They would have hands down
Tyrese
won
Proctor,
the NCAA tournament. Yes.
Isaiah Evans, Malik Brown, Kaman Maluk, and Kyle Flipowski. Imagine that lineup still for Duke this year.
Yeah, it's nuts. They wouldn't have lost the game.
They make it to the Final Four and lose because they all partied in
They party at Duke. All right, we got lost in it now. How do you feel about the Texas Tech Akron matchup?
Oh,
is this a coin flip 50-50 for you?
No, I think Texas Tech is going to walk, but I can see what you're saying. I can definitely get behind it as well.
I'm like, it can happen, but
yeah.
I still think Texas takes it.
Yeah, I think my lock for 12 matchup is High Point. Personally,
I think I can see that now.
Yeah, I think High Point scoring is going to get to Wisconsin's head. It might be close at halftime, and High Point comes out on a second half run. If you're picking a 12-5.
I like this one better. I think they've lost way more games. The Badgers are way more consistent.
Yeah.
What do we got going? What's our next one here?
So then we've got Alabama versus Hofstra. Hofstraza?
The number one scoring offense in the nation, Alabama, going against Hofstra.
Hoofstra.
Hoofstra. Is it Hoofstra? Hoofstra. Ooh, let the dogs out.
No.
What?
No, thank you.
All righty. Yeah, welcome to the tournament. Hoofas.
You're gonna go home. Hopefully you don't lose by double D's.
These nuts.
Yeah. Now this is the one that gets interesting. Ignore the fact that Tennessee is on the top line. You got SMU, a team that's been in the tournament quite a few times, versus Miami of Ohio, who everybody
only lost a game,
bashing, who only lost one game. Yeah. Charles, I want to hear it.
Criminal.
Can you imagine like playing well enough to be an 11 seed, but then you're like,
you
gotta play one more.
You gotta earn it one more time.
Honestly, I don't think
that is wild.
I don't think they were the team that they should have said, yeah, you guys are a playing game. If you guys were gonna put them in as an 11 seed, they should have had one of those other schools that won their conference tournament be the play-in game. Because let's be honest, Miami of Ohio lost one game. Granted, they lost to a team that took them to overtime
Miami
twice.
of Ohio is going to mud stomp Tennessee.
So
it's going to
90
be really,
points a game.
It's going to be really hard for you.
Paul, you should have watched them in the MAC tournament. You might score 90 points a game, but man, it's sloppy basketball. It is not like watching SEC or ACC or Big Ten basketball. These teams pop it from like 35, 40 feet, and then they just rebound it and run down the court.
It's going to be interesting to see how this pans out.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Tennessee's got 5 wins versus top 25 teams.
Just look at team overall statistics. You ready for these comparisons?
Yeah.
Field goal percentage, 46 for Tennessee. They're ranked 107th. 3-point field goal percentage, 33%, 208th. Free throw percentage, 69, 279th. You ready for Miami of Ohio's? 52%. Guess where they rank? First. 3-point percentage, 39%. 8th. 75% free throw percentage, 83rd in the country.
Yeah, but they played the worst schedule and one of the worst schedules in college basketball.
I don't give you.
They had
schedule.
They had 5 2-point games against teams that had 15 to 20 losses. So they could have literally had 6 losses this year.
Listen, this is going to be interesting. I can see
they haven't played anybody who beat anybody who is anybody.
I still have Tennessee, but it
Tennessee.
Surprise me if Miami makes this more tight than it needs to be.
They're gonna come out and try to prove something, but they're gonna have to beat SMU first.
And this is the thing. It's how long can they hold that steam? Because again, that defense
I know
that Tennessee has is going to see how they can. We're just gonna see. You got one top-ranked defense team versus a top-ranked offense.
Well, I'm gonna take a wild look here at SMU's schedule, and I want to just pull something up just for the hell of it. So we've got Wednesday. We've got Miami and SMU. So SMU, Tarleton State, Texas A&M, Murray State, Butler, blah blah blah. They played Vanderbilt. They lost by 19. They beat Texas A&M by 13. Lost to LSU. SMU beat North Carolina. And didn't just beat North Carolina. They beat them by 14. Yeah, they played Duke and lost by 7. SMU did. This is not a bad. I think Miami of Ohio is going to get trumped.
All right.
They beat Louisville, who's in the tournament. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins versus teams that are in the tournament. SMU does. How many wins does Miami of Ohio versus teams in the tournament? 1. They beat Akron. That's it.
Yeah, but isn't that's your favorite? That's your 12 favorite.
Yeah. But I'm saying SMU beat North Carolina, Louisville, top 25 team, Florida State, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech, North Carolina, Mississippi State. SMU has beat some teams that are decent. Not great, decent. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. If they keep it within 10, I'll be impressed.
Well, get ready to be impressed. Miami of Ohio wins that game.
I bet you it is SMU 75, Miami of Ohio 62.
I'll give you 75 for SMU, but I'm going to say 86 for Miami of Ohio.
Miami's going to score the lights out on SMU.
No.
Yeah, 80 plus.
No.
Yes.
Cut it.
Listen, it's going to be real hard for you after this episode to look at anyone and say, "No, I totally respect conference championship."
That is tomorrow. That is tomorrow. It's Wednesday. Tomorrow we have the other one. We got to wait till Wednesday to find this out. Damn it! I was hoping we'd find out tomorrow, but maybe I'll be wearing the banana suit, boys.
Hey, listen.
Next week.
There is one thing I love. There's many things I love about this show, and one of those being that no matter what window is talking, they are confident until the double zeros.
Oh, I'm confident until I'm not. Until I'm not.
It's like, oh hell no, Green Bay by 50, baby.
All right. Let's run through these last 3 because then I've got a couple real quick picks for you guys to choose.
Yep. Virginia, Wright State. 314.
It's Wright State barely made it out of their conference tournament in the Horizon League. Virginia is one of those teams where it's like we could either win the national championship.
I'm going to give Virginia the benefit of the doubt,
or lose to a double-digit team.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, Santa Clara, Kentucky. I took Santa Clara in this game over Kentucky. They're on a big win streak. Kentucky's just playing under 500 basketball the last 10 games, 4-6. Santa Clara 7-3. Santa Clara, I believe, what Santa Clara took freaking Gonzaga to the freaking limits too. So no joke.
Right. And then Iowa State, Tennessee State.
Iowa State's defense and the way they play basketball, they're freaking shut down. Iowa State played a top 5 schedule in the country, and they lost 7 games, but they were competitive in every game. I think they lead the nation in defense, 65 points a game. As far as Big 5 schools go, shoot 49% from the field, 39% from 3. Free throw shooting, they're absolutely dog shit. I think they're last in the country in free throw shooting.
342nd.
No, here's the thing. Hack-a-Shack, if you're playing Iowa State, 67% as a team from the free throw line. That's crazy to me.
342nd in the country.
That's crazy to be that bad. All right. We broke down the first round of the brackets. Next week we can break down the Sweet 16. I have one for you. I don't have to bring it up for you guys. We already talked about it. I sent you the image. If you were to pick any region in the country, Paul,
if I had to pick a region,
the NCAA basketball tournament for drunk people in this country. Now, I split it up between a bunch of teams here.
All right.
I got hold on here. I'll load the image here. All right. There we go. I broke it down. The Great Lakes Chuggers. That would be like your Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan. And then the Texas Tankards. You guys get a whole state to yourselves. You guys are the whiskey. You guys are the bourbon. Professional drinkers. Midwest Tailgaters, that's like your Iowa, your Indiana, your Illinois. They're more of sports guys that drink at the tailgates. And then we got the Empire State. We give New York their own because it's a huge state. The Corn Belt Crushers, you're like your Nebraska. We'll even throw Iowa in there. Carolina Cooler Crew, they're talking about the North and South Carolina. The people go down there just to vacation on the beach. You kind of get the gist of it from me saying like Desert Shot Squad, or it's their Arizona, New Mexico. We'll throw them both in there. Now, Great Lakes Chuggers, we're not going to necessarily put you versus us right off the bat. But if you were to take and seed these 1 through 16, where do we go? Charles?
Texas is so big, they got 2 teams.
The schedule's like it's repeated.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's AI. I made up all the teams, and then I gave it to it and tried to put it in a bracket, and it tried putting it in a 13-team bracket, and I said that doesn't work. I said put it in a 16-team bracket, and it came out. But anyway, just ignore the fact that there's duplicates on here. Anyway. I'm just saying, the Great Lakes, let's just be honest, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Minnesota is going to be a 1 seed.
Without a doubt. Wisconsin did.
So you're just going to get Texas doesn't have a shot at the number 1 seed?
Well, there's 2 sides of the bracket, Paul.
All right, I guess.
We're doing this 8 versus 8.
Wait, what state down south does the moonshine?
Ooh, that's Tennessee. That's Tennessee.
I thought it was Mississippi and Alabama.
I thought it was
Tennessee, Kentucky.
All right, so that's got to be the number 1 seed in the South. Sorry.
Yeah. We'll split her. We'll split her into 4. So you got 4 regions.
Y'all come in at number 2, number 3. I'm thinking.
Suck my toe.
Hey,
you'll be the third 1 seed overall, Paul. You're going to be the third, and you're going to be the number 1 seed in the West. We'll give you the West.
I think the Bourbon Barrel squad probably has to be a 1 seed. Either that or no.
Here, and I did.
So you're saying Great Lake, Texas,
okay.
The Moonshiners, and then who else as the number 1 seeds?
Yes. Hold on. I will show you what I got here.
Maybe the New England Ale Lords. They don't do too bad.
It looks like they drink Kool-Aid probably though.
So I had Texas Tankards. I didn't reseed them, but
bastard.
I didn't reseed them. But you're playing the Bourbon Barrel Squad. This is going to be a vote going for the entire month. Midwest Tailgaters, New England Ale Lords, Mountain High Drinkers, the Gulf Coast Guzzlers, the Empire State Night Owls, Great Lakes Chuggers, Northwest Brewhouse, Appalachian Moonshiners, Desert Shot Squad, Corn Belt Crushers, Pacific Party Crew, Plains Pounders, the Carolina Cooler Crew, and the Bayou Barrels. That's who I actually had on there, but AI decided to put it up. But anyway, I got a 16 team bracket. It's all about just voting for the one. The seeds don't really matter. You vote and you advance. But anyway, I was going to post that on the page. I'll post a link in the video. Anybody want to comment and vote for your team, go for it.
That's dope.
Advanced round in the bracket.
Well done. Well
just
done.
Just a little fun. Just a little fun.
Yeah.
I like it.
And I think it's going to get a lot of people chit-chatting too. Again, though, I don't think there's. I mean, you've got laws here in Wisconsin and Michigan where, like, you can't have more bars than churches.
Yeah, well, you got a high. I know. That's why you're one seed.
So,
yeah.
I'm not sure how much they're going to be able to argue with that one.
Probably not.
All righty. Back to your brackets, people. Last thing I want to mention, I'll give the floor to you guys before we wrap up. As great as it was to see upsets, that era is over. So don't go into your brackets thinking that a bunch of 10s and 11s and 12s are going to go in here making a bunch of magic, because it just doesn't happen anymore. And arguably, as much as I have faith in High Point to pull off a win against Michigan, I can see the end of the 12 beating a 5 coming much sooner rather than later as well. The money to compete just isn't there anymore, right? And yes, you do have special players that care more about hearing.
Oh, there will be a 12-5 upset, probably. Maybe.
That's what I'm just, the decline is real. You can look into it if you want. But since the rise of the NIL, the NCAA tournament has seen a clear and measurable decline in early round upsets, especially by double-digit seeds. So make yourself a Cinderella bracket all you want, but your brackets that you want money for, the over-under on first round upsets I have this year at 3.
Ooh.
And I would take the under. The significant under. So, y'all have anything else you want to add?
No,
sir.
Those are some great pick'ems, bro. Now I've been sitting here thinking about like the Midwest Chuggers, like
Midwest Chuggers, Great Lakes Chuggers, yeah.
Forget
it makes a lot of sense. It broke it down into 16 regions when I gave it the opportunity to pick the teams. Yeah, I did a very good job at doing that.
Yeah, hell yeah. So the Hadoukens are real, I guess. They sure is. Hey, listen, we appreciate everybody. Big Boss Man, thank you for always stopping by. Thank you for being in our comments. We love seeing you. And to all the people leaving comments as the episode goes on, we appreciate the shit out of you. I hope this winter storm didn't hit you too hard. I'm not a great adult. I am getting there, right? Like I gassed up before the storm, but still decided to wait until the storm was over to start getting rid of snow. Just not sure where my mind is with that one. So live vicariously through me. In these big storms, you should go out there every few hours and probably scrape some snow. It'll make your life a hell of a lot more easier.
Yeah, don't wait till the last second.
or just get yourself a plow on a 4-wheeler.
Yeah, it didn't work as well as I thought it would.
No? Well, you got to get caged for the tires, bro.
Oh, no. We'll talk about that next week.
All right, we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, I got a big story about that next week.
Stay curious, stay grounded, and please remember this world is a much better place with you in it.
Yo, it's time to dip. Lights low and the mic off. Boys with the heat, yeah, we blast like a Molotov. Said what we said, no regrets in the air. If you ain't subscribed yet, bitch, don't you dare. Rate it 5 stars, hit that share like a blunt. Tell your homies, tell your mama we on front. We the truth in the booth, no cap, just flame. If you fuck with the crew, you remember the name. It's goodbye, goodbye to the tribe. We fucking love you, now feel this vibe. Out this bitch with a mic drop kiss. Thanks for riding, we gone, but you won't miss.